wonderful thing is good people have come into our life. And as everybody knows, when you hear those three little words, you have cancer, he has cancer, she has cancer, you know how much your life changes. And it's never the same. And I think that was really what motivated, me and Jack. When he was diagnosed, we didn't even understand that it was myeloma. I still get calls from people about melanoma. In fact, what they say is myelinoma, and I'm trying to figure out which one is it. So I have to start diagnosing them on the phone. Okay, now is it on your skin? But you can also have myeloma. The point being is cancer is one of those diseases that when you hear those words, it strikes fear in your heart, and it also confuses you. And that's why I think, I haven't been talking into this, it's scary. But what I found was that we weren't the only ones that didn't know what to do. We obviously were very fortunate because he had been diagnosed early, and that in itself is one of the most important things for anyone who ends up being diagnosed with cancer. The earlier, the better. But the other part of it was we still had no idea of what we would need to be able to survive, to live. And it's been a journey, and many of you have been on the journey with us for certainly since 2004 when we started living with myeloma. And what happened is it really grew. What we found is there were people who didn't have myeloma, but were coming to our conferences because we had workshops, as many of you know who've been there, where you learn more about side effects, or you learn more about other aspects of not only myeloma but cancer. And one of the really important ones was one that I selfishly started because I knew I needed it, which was for the families, for the caregiver, for the family. I always say cancer is a family disease. It involves everyone in your satellite, in your network. It's friends, it's families, it's people you may work with. So we all need to be able to not only understand what we're dealing with, but also have the resources. And what's really grown is the cancer caregiver part of our organization has really developed literally a life of its own. It's not separate from the cancer, but it's something that allows us to, as caregivers, to be able to get the kind of supports we need to not only be better caregivers, but to also be better to ourselves. And I'm looking around because I know some of the caregivers here. And we know that our whole life is really devoted to, and even if it's not anything we resent, it's just a huge responsibility. You'll be hearing about that today. But what's really important is that we're glad you're here. We have wonderful resources here for you. And I think you've met most of them. I just want the exhibitors just to kind of raise their hand and say who they are, and people can come and visit you. I'm limpy because I'm getting a shot in my knee, so I need it. Jack says I need one in my head, but that's beside the point.
You don't want to start? No. Hi everybody, my name is Abby. I am with Cancer Support Community, and we are a nonprofit organization that works to support everybody that has been impacted by cancer, and everything that we have to offer is completely free to everybody.
Hi, I'm Ruth. I'm with Ironwood Cancer and Research Center. We are a full-service cancer center, radiology and oncology. We have support groups as well, so stop by and say hi. I'm glad to help.
Good morning. My name is Jutta. I'm with the Arizona Caregiver Coalition. We are a nonprofit. We have a telephone helpline for all kinds of caregivers with questions about programs and resources. We also have some funding through the state of Arizona for reimbursements and caregiver respite.